Hello guys, how are you guys doing? This time we are going to go explore Ecuador together. Ecuador is such an underrated country. Even though it is small, it has so much to offer, and on top of that, don't let the political news deter you away from visiting this beautiful country. I hope that this 3 parts video series will change your mind about Ecuador. So in part 1 we are going to talk about the main capital city, Quito, and all the cities around it. Quito is one of the top 2 highest elevated cities in the world. It is sitting at 2,850 meters. Quito has a population of approximately 2.8 million in the metropolitan area. Parque La Carolina is essentially the central park of Quito, and all of the modern living and shopping is also surrounding this park. La Mariscal Artisan Market, this is the hub where you can buy your souvenirs from Ecuador. We got to the market kind of early, so we actually walked around the park nearby called Parque El Ejido. This is where it got Ecuador its name. It's Mitad del mundo. And this is the place where you go, and there's the monument, and there's also the line that is dividing the 2 hemispheres, and it's also that corresponding to the equator line. Just 10 minutes taxi ride from Mitad del Mundo, there is the Museo Templo del Sol, which is the museum owned and operated by the indigenous people. Alright, and right now I'm very excited to show this part of Quito to you guys. It is the colonial part of Quito, or you call it the Old Town. We are staying in an Airbnb overlooking this hill called Panecillo. It's essentially translated to a small bread. This Metropolitan Cathedral of Quito sits in a very beautiful plaza called Plaza Grande. When you visit the cathedral, you can go to the rooftop to get a very beautiful view of the Plaza Grande. So while we were staying in the old town, we also did a walking tour in a way to really understand city a little bit better, with the guide explaining all the various aspects. So we got to try some of the local fruits from the local market and visit, quite a nice pub overlooking this Plaza del Teatro. The old town gets very lively during the weekend. All the locals gather here to enjoy the festivity and also to attend the church services. This complex that I'm showing you guys used to be an old archbishop's palace that has turned into restaurants and shops. And we ate at one of the restaurants at the very top level, and the food was very good. This church is also known as the Golden Church because of the amount of the gold plated inside it. Some story about the construction is that the indigenous people were commissioned to build a church, but once it's all done, they were not even allowed to use the church at all because the government or the people at the time viewed the indigenous people religious practice as barbaric. On the positive side, at the top of this church gives you an amazing view of Plaza San Francisco. And to be honest, for me, this is the most beautiful plaza in the old town of Quito. So another really hopping area in the old town, it's this street called Calle de la Ronda. During the weekend, there's so many people and restaurants and bars where you can go hang out. There are a lot of plazas inside the old town, and these are some of the ones that we find very beautiful. Alright, this is another main highlight of the old town is the Basilica del Voto Nacional. It is the Notre Dame of Ecuador. Inside the basilica, there are 24 chapels that represent the 24 provinces in Ecuador. The basilica has a blend of neo-Gothic design with an Ecuadorian twist by replacing gargoyles with indigenous animals. In order to prepare our bodies for what to come by summiting the 3 tallest volcanoes in Ecuador, we went to spend couple nights in the secret garden lodge inside Cotopaxi National Park. Each meal is served in a community setting, and you get to connect a lot with all the other hikers who are trying to summit different volcanoes and especially Cotopaxi. As part of the stay, all of the meals are included, and there are a couple hikes that are offered free of charge. One of them is to hike to this beautiful waterfall, and another one is to hike to one of the lower volcano called Papallacta at 4,200 meters. Acclimatization hikes are very important in order to prepare your body in the change of the environment. And as you know, when you get to a very high altitude, there's also lower amount of oxygen in your breath. The way how I look at it, your success in summiting the peak that you want to do, it all depends on how well you acclimatize. Without going anywhere too far, there is another hike that is really high just inside Quito. It's called Pichincha. It is sitting at 4,969 meters. As you can see from all of these acclimatization hikes that I'm showing you, it is increasing in altitude in order to build that tolerance. I think you guys are probably really tired about me talking about hiking. Okay, let's go for a relaxing day, and I will take you to Papallacta Hot Spring. And this place has such a great vibe because it is right in the middle of the mountain. It offers massages and spa, and it's just a perfect place to spend your day. Alright, I'm going to sneak in another small town that is about 2 hours from Quito, and this is for all of you bird lovers without going too far into the Amazon just to see birds. And this small town is called Mindo. Mindo, it is incredible for all of the bird lovers with bird watching, but on top of that you can do chocolate tasting, which was incredible and super delicious, and you can even do a night walk inside the jungle, and if you want to, there's also the butterfly sanctuary place. I was so grateful that I visited Mindo because that became my very first time seeing toucan in the wild. Another unique experience in Ecuador is to celebrate New Year's Eve. There is a ritual called viudas or widows. It's essentially men dressed in drag, dancing on the street asking for money, and it's completely normal. Something that people do at midnight besides eating the 12 grapes, they also burning of año viejos, which is a doll that represents the bad juju from the previous year. Thank you so much guys, and don't forget to watch part 2 of the series.